Good morning, Lily. It's great to be back here at the NSDV office in Johannesburg, in South Africa. I'm here for a specific reason this morning, and that is to hear more about your new product, or should I say service. Maybe you can tell us more about the launch of this product.
Hi Leon, it's so nice to have you here. As you know, I'm Lili Nupen, the co-founder and director at NSDV Law. So we are so incredibly excited about this new digital mineral rights management solution that NSDV has launched. It basically, in a nutshell, is a digital solution to ensure compliance with all of your authorizations. I'm not just talking about your mining rights, I'm talking about your environmental authorizations, your water use licenses, your air emissions license, every authorization that is required in order for a mining company to be able to do what it does best: mine.
Okay, great. The service combines tracking software with legal execution, which is a relatively novel offering in the South African mining law space. What made NSDV decide that software alone or legal advice alone was no longer sufficient? And what does that integrated model look like on the ground for a client?
So we realized that, there are a lot of kind of digital solutions out there which relate to compliance. But our legislation, particularly our environmental legislation within South African context, is changing on a monthly basis. And none of these digital solutions were actually updating those legal requirements. So they were, in fact, quite out of date. So what we've decided to do at NSDV and what we've launched is the fact that we've got a digital compliance solution which is effective and efficient for clients, backed up by the legal expertise of our NSDV lawyers. So we are updating any kind of environmental legal updates, mining law updates on a daily basis, and we're ensuring that the compliance that the clients are required to complete is absolutely aligned with what the current legislation requires. I mean, it really is like no other compliance solution.
Okay, Lily, yes, that sounds fantastic. This new mineral rights management service clearly addresses a need in the market. South Africa's mining sector has been a string of high-profile license suspensions and operational shutdowns in recent years. In your experience, how widespread is the problem of mining companies losing or lapsing their rights simply through administrative neglect rather than any legal wrongdoing?
So Leon, the reason why we built this system and why we came up with the idea of the system was because we found that so many of our clients, the majors as well as the juniors, were unfortunately not on top of their compliance. And as a result of that, there would be DMPR audits or environmental affair audits or Department of Water and Sanitation audits. And these clients were not on top of it, which meant that they were being issued with directives, which would perhaps stop their operations, or they would have to spend a huge amount of money on lawyers or on consultants trying to remedy this. In fact, I was asked, why would you want to stop that workflow at NSDV Law? Because we obviously got a lot of work by virtue of appeals, etc. And I said, well, our NSDV Law approach really is to ensure that we get the mining companies mining as quickly as possible and continuously. These environmental authorizations and mining rights and all licenses that are applicable are the most important asset to these mining companies. So why not ensure that you have an effective online or digital solution to be able to assist with maintaining and keeping those licenses alive?
Okay, Lily, junior mines and emerging black-owned mining companies often don't have the internal legal infrastructure that the majors do. Is the mineral rights management service specifically designed for those operators? And do you think compliance gaps are disproportionately affecting transformation in the sector?
So I don't think that this system is definitely not specific just to the junior miners. But the way that it helps the junior miners is that juniors generally don't have the capability internally to be able to monitor and manage their compliance. So they could sometimes find that their most important asset, being their mining right, has lapsed just by virtue of them not having had an idea that the time period was running out, because they were focusing on the thing that they're best at doing, mining. So that's where it assists the junior miners. With regards to the majors, the fact of the matter is that we have seen so many of these majors utilizing systems that are not digital. So everything has been manual. So for them to be able to monitor 60, 70, 80 licenses or authorizations is a massive task. Why not digitize those and ensure that they're up to date by virtue of our legal assistance? So in essence, they really do assist the juniors as well as the majors, and I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. So Leon, basically, this system is a digital system which monitors compliance of mining companies' authorizations, all authorizations that are responsible for them ensuring that they can do what they do best, being mining. And it is backed up by the legal assistance of the NSDV lawyers, who are, number one, finding the gaps, number two, monitoring the compliance and advising and alerting the companies directly through the system, and number three, are ensuring that everything in terms of the legislative requirements are up to date. And because of who the NSDV lawyers are, we're also there to answer any questions that the mining companies have with regards to their compliance, and hopefully ensure that they don't receive any more directives, I should say, or stoppages.
Thanks, Lili.